How much do you think the Pacquiao fight has kind of impacted this? Just because I know, like, everyone waited for that fight for 5 years. You know, everyone thought Pacquiao was going to be a killer. He was going to be a whirlwind. He was going to throw 1,000 punches around. And he came in and he didn't do that. And I think a lot of people, I don't know if they're blaming Floyd for that.
Here's the thing: if you're blaming Floyd, you don't really know boxing, because it's like showing up to a concert of some 80s rock star and then not know that they're 100 years old.
Right.
You know, and expect the same 80 guy to be dancing or flipping around. It's just not the same guy. So if you know boxing, you know that that's what Floyd is going to do when he comes in. You know that that's how he controls the pace. You know that he hurry up and establish the tempo, stuff like that. It was up to Manny to come in and take Floyd out of his game plan. Not for Manny to do any, not for Floyd to make the fight happen with Manny. It was, Manny was the most aggressive fighter in boxing, the most offensive fighter, the biggest punch output. He was all these things that I listed that made him the guy to beat Floyd Mayweather. And since Floyd made it look so easy, it's not what the fans expected. They expected a different Manny, and I think it just kind of like rolled over onto Floyd. You know, but I mean, if you know the sport, you had to know that that's what Floyd was going to do.
Right.
You know, it's like he says, it's chess, not checkers. He was going to sit there, he was going to control Manny from the outside. Once he got distance, you know, you just can't blame Floyd for fighting the way Floyd does. But we can blame Manny for not fighting the way that we expect Manny to fight.
Right. Now, I know Manny and his team, his camp, they kind of mentioned it was a shoulder injury that kind of affected his performance. But just like leading up to the fight, it seemed like Manny was doing different things than he's done in the past for his camps. I know, like, Freddie shut down the gym. He wouldn't let anybody. Do you think any of that kind of played into Manny's performance at all, or was it just all the shoulder?
I think that's one of those things that you don't know what's happening in their camp. They shut down. You know, they did so much talking out of there. There's a strategy that's been in the works for 5 years. You know, Manny was knocking out sparring partners. Manny was doing this. Manny was doing that. And I think, you know, the hyperbole of it, really people start to believe. I mean, he said, you know, it's going to be a knockout. He'd be surprised if it goes 2 or 3 rounds. I mean, they did so much of this on the other side, and you know, it's like we did so. We didn't focus on that. We focused on training and getting ready for the fight. So. You know, I think that it hurt Manny closing him off from the public. I think because Manny back in the day used to be like Floyd. He used to let 100 people in there come watch sparring. He used to have open workouts. He used to have the public come in, and I think that motivated him. That got him pumped up for sparring.
Right.
But when you have a closed gym and you have 2 or 3 people in there that are watching you spar, it's very hard to get yourself going. You know. So Floyd always has those big crowds. So he's always in there. He's always staying sharp. He's never just taking it easy, going cruise control. I mean, he's putting on a show every time he's in. It's a sparring day. With Manny, when you got that place, when you're blocking out all the public and you're taking all the media out and you're making them just pretty much spar in a room. You know, where's the motivation? Where's the you know, you're not, where's to get up for it? You know, to get up for the people that are watching you, for the people that are clapping after great sparring rounds, makes you want to be more enthusiastic to go out there and do another one like that. So I think it hurts Manny, but I think it's you know, it's unfortunate that that's the way it happened. And the shoulder thing, whether it's true or it's not, the damages are already done. In the eye of his peers and the public. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's almost to the point where it didn't matter if it's true or if it's not true. The fans don't believe it, your peers don't believe it, trainers don't believe it, fighters don't believe it, and I think that hurts. I think that's really an unfortunate situation because, you know, nobody wants to think that Manny was not a guy of integrity or character, and this is the way he ended up, you know, kind of sneaking out of it, out of, you know, being dominated like that.
Yeah, I was actually more surprised about how, like you said, his peers, the people in boxing, other fighters, other trainers.
That's right. When people ask, I said, it doesn't matter what I think.
Right.
It doesn't matter if I believe it or if I don't believe it. It matters what your peers and what your trainers and what you hear, you know, among the fans and you know, everybody else that's in the business. They don't believe it. They don't buy it. and that's the worst part of it.
Yeah.
You know, because you guys got like guys like Bob and Freddie who are never on the same page. First he's this, and first he's not. First it happened in the 3rd round, then it happened in the 4th round, then it happened 9 years ago, then it happened.
De La Hoya fight,
then it happened the De La Hoya fight, then it happened this. You know, then Manny says that he fixed it in water. Then Freddie says no. Then Bob says no. He's had a doctor. No. I mean, they're just so all over the place, and it's really unfortunate because it just doesn't give Manny a good look. And I think unfairly, it's just. But you know, Manny's a grown man. He should step up and speak for himself. And, you know, but
were there ever any issues? Because I mean, you were with him 9 years ago. You know, were there ever any problems with the shoulder?
No, there wasn't.
Just nothing out of the ordinary that you might get as a fighter who's throwing punches and stuff.
You know, again, like when people ask, you know, hey, you know, we heard like, none that I've ever worked on, you know, so no, he's never had any problems, but you know, it's unfortunate the way that it is, because you don't want to. I mean, however things may have been or whatever they work out, you know, to hear I mean, you hear it too, the buzz here, how they talk about it, and it's unfortunate that, you know, he's not really here to defend the situation.
Yeah.
You know, you got two people that have no idea what the hell they're talking about, always talking for him.
Right.
So.
Right.
Anyway, it doesn't turn out to be a good look for him, for Manny.